He vanished after what seemed like the perfect day, not because he didn't care about her, but because he valued his peace even more. And that right there gives you your first insight into the mind of a Sigma male. Ever wonder why Sigma males carry such quiet confidence even when no one's paying attention? Why they pull back after a connection, step out of the spotlight, and choose solitude over the noise of social validation? It's not a show. It's not defiance. It's simply their nature. A Sigma's actions aren't designed to impress, they're part of who he is. These men live beyond the usual dominance hierarchy. They have no interest in playing the alpha's game or seeking the beta's approval. In the world of personality psychology, Sigma males belong to a rare archetype in the sociosexual hierarchy, a term brought into focus by Vox Day. This framework describes alpha, beta, delta, gamma, omega, and sigma, the lone wolf who leads no one and follows no one. He charts his own path, yet naturally earns respect. And most of the time, he's not even aware of the impact he's making. Today, we're breaking down strange behaviors Sigma males display without even realizing it, and the hidden logic that drives their unconventional ways. From walking away without regret to finding strength in silence, these traits aren't weaknesses. They're signs of a fiercely independent spirit. Welcome back, Sigmas. This is where solitude meets strength. This video isn't just another personality analysis, it's a reflection. If you've ever felt like the world is caught up in a loud game you never agreed to play, but you're quietly winning anyway, this is for you. Let's explore unusual habits Sigma males have without noticing, and why they reveal more about your inner power than most will ever understand. Number 1, they stare into space, but they're plotting something. To the average person, a Sigma male's stillness can be puzzling. There he is, blank stare, distant gaze, not saying a word. It might look like he's zoning out or lost in some meaningless daydream. But nothing could be further from the truth. Inside that stillness is a mind working at full capacity, mapping out strategies, solving problems, envisioning futures. This isn't idle fantasy. It's intentional, focused thought. What looks like spacing out is actually mental precision at work. While most people burn their downtime scrolling, gossiping, or filling silence with empty chatter, the Sigma uses his to plot the next move. Sigma males are masters of what psychologists call deliberate mind-wandering, a state linked to enhanced creativity, problem-solving, and emotional resilience. Research from the University of British Columbia backs this up. Strategic daydreaming actually strengthens cognitive flexibility. For the Sigma, this inner chess game is where he thrives. Picture a Sigma male in a crowded cafe or walking through a noisy street. He's not just watching people pass or admiring the view. He's scanning the room's energy, observing body language, mapping social dynamics, cataloging patterns, identifying opportunities, and quietly connecting dots no one else even sees. His mind isn't drifting aimlessly. It's constructing blueprints. This is why so many Sigma males gravitate toward fields like entrepreneurship, coding, writing, or design, areas where independent vision and deep, focused thought are rewarded. They don't need group brainstorms or endless meetings to clarify ideas. Solitude gives them the space to build entire worlds in their heads. Their silence isn't emptiness. It's depth. And when they do act, they do so with precision, because they've already played out the possibilities in their mind 100 times before making a move. Number 2, they disappear, then return like nothing happened. No text. No warning. One day he's there, present, engaged, and the next, he's just gone. Vanished. No calls. No replies. No trace. Days, sometimes even weeks later, boom, he reappears, as if nothing happened. To most people, this feels like ghosting, a cold and confusing rejection. But for a Sigma male, it's something far deeper and far less personal, a tactical withdrawal, a deliberate full system reset. Sigma males operate on a wavelength that many can't grasp. Their sense of self isn't fueled by external validation, attention, or the need to belong. They're not seeking approval from the crowd. Inside, their world is rich, filled with ideas, analysis, and constant reflection. When they withdraw, it's not because they're avoiding responsibility or being cruel. It's because they've reached capacity. The noise, the small talk, the surface-level drama, it overwhelms their finely tuned inner system. Think of it like a computer that freezes when it has too many tabs open. It's not broken, it just needs to reboot. That's exactly how the Sigma's mind works. Social chaos, endless chatter, fake smiles, it all clogs their mental bandwidth. In these moments, the Sigma doesn't just want solitude. He requires it. Psychologists like Dr. Lori Helgo have documented how introverts need alone time to recharge. Sigma males take that even further. They don't just seek rest, they seek to recalibrate, to clear mental clutter and reconnect with their core direction. While most people fear being alone, the Sigma embraces it as a sacred ritual. And here's the kicker, they don't see anything strange about it. While others might feel guilt over unread messages or missed calls, the Sigma is off-grid, hiking through the wilderness, sketching out a business plan, or meditating on life's next big move. Their silence isn't avoidance. It's strategy. It's sanity. In a world addicted to noise, the Sigma treats quiet like oxygen. When they return, it's not with apologies or long explanations. They simply re-enter their timeline, centered, clear, and ready. Their unpredictability baffles people, but it's also what makes them magnetic. They move to their own rhythm, untethered from the expectations and timelines of others. So the next time a Sigma disappears, don't take it personally. He's not ghosting you, he's just reconnecting with who he is beneath the noise. Number 3, they avoid group photos like it's a disease. You'll never find a Sigma male jostling for position in a group selfie. While everyone else crowds together, striking poses, throwing peace signs, or angling for the best spot in the frame, the Sigma has already quietly drifted to the edge of the room. Maybe he's near a window, gazing out at the night sky. Maybe he's mentally dissecting the moment, how fleeting it is, how strange it is that people are so eager to capture proof of it, instead of living it. This isn't arrogance. This isn't him trying to act superior. It's simply how he's wired. Sigma males have an aversion to performative behavior, anything done purely for show, to impress, or to earn validation from others. Group photos, for him, symbolize the craving for external approval, likes, comments, tags, applause. But the Sigma doesn't need that. His worth doesn't come from being seen. It comes from being. Psychological studies on introversion and self-determination theory support this. People who possess strong autonomy and low social dependency resist peer pressure. They don't need to prove they belong. Sigma males embody this principle. They are not antisocial, far from it. They can be deeply connected, engaging conversationalists, loyal friends. What they avoid isn't people, it's the empty performance, the posturing, the unnecessary need to be witnessed in every moment. His absence from the photo isn't a rejection of others. It's a quiet declaration, I don't need proof I was here. I know I was. His presence is not something that must be broadcast to be real. And while the group laughs at the 5th retake, adjusting angles and arguing about filters, the Sigma is elsewhere in his mind. He's thinking about the stars outside that window, about how small we all are, about how time slips by whether or not we photograph it. He lives the moment deeply, not through the lens of a camera, but through the lens of awareness. And that's why, even when he's missing from the picture, his impact is felt more than anyone's. Number 4, they're brutally honest, then confused why you're offended. A Sigma male says what no one else dares to say. No fluff. No sugarcoating. No dressing his words in layers of politeness designed to soften the blow. He speaks plainly, directly, cutting through pretense and getting straight to the heart of the matter. And when the room goes silent, when people exchange awkward glances or shift uncomfortably in their seats, the Sigma just stands there, calm, steady, unbothered. He's often puzzled, watching others squirm, wondering, why is everyone so offended? To him, honesty isn't rude, it's respectful. It's a form of integrity. When a Sigma male speaks his mind, it isn't to provoke or wound. It's because he sees truth as clarity, and clarity as kindness. Why waste time with polite lies or empty compliments? Why let someone walk the wrong path just to keep the peace? To the Sigma, real respect means offering the truth, even if it's hard to hear. Directness is his native language. He doesn't see the point in dressing up reality with flattery or masking it in euphemisms. His words reflect his internal code, say what's real, say what matters. And that's where the disconnect happens. While most people are conditioned to sugarcoat, to smooth things over for the sake of harmony, the Sigma male operates on a different level. He believes truth is useful, and anything less is a disservice. This mindset comes from his deep independence. Sigma males are not concerned with fitting in, winning favor, or chasing applause. Psychologically, this shows up as high openness to new ideas and low agreeableness, not because they want to stir conflict, but because they simply can't betray what they see as reality for the sake of comfort. So when he speaks bluntly and someone gets offended, he's genuinely confused. To him, he's done you a favor. He's shown you respect by not lying. And in his world, truth is the highest form of loyalty. Number 5, they downplay their achievements to see who's paying attention. In today's world, achievement often comes with a soundtrack, loud announcements, endless updates, filtered photos, and polished captions. People rush to share every victory, no matter how small, in hopes of validation. But the Sigma male? He builds in the shadows. His wins are whispered, not shouted. When a Sigma shares that he's launched a new business, it slips out casually over coffee, not blasted across social media. If he's mastering a skill, whether it's a martial art, a new language, or a complex code, You won't hear about it until it's undeniable. And even then, it's revealed almost by accident, never for applause. Why? Because for the Sigma, achievement isn't a performance. It's purpose. He doesn't strive for likes, claps, or envy. He builds for himself, driven by internal standards, not external approval. But beneath that humility lies something deeper, a test. The Sigma male notices who sees through the quiet. Who picks up on the substance beneath his stillness? Who recognizes the architecture he's constructing in silence? In psychology, this is known as strategic self-presentation, the art of letting actions, not words, define you. Research shows people who downplay their success are often viewed as more authentic, more competent, and ultimately, more powerful. Sigmas have mastered this dynamic. They don't need to be underestimated, but they know there's advantage in it. Let others assume. Let others overlook. When the time comes, the Sigma's results speak with undeniable volume. His impact can't be ignored because it wasn't hyped, it was earned. And that's what unsettles people. In a culture obsessed with documentation, where self-worth is measured in views and followers, the Sigma quietly proves a different truth: power doesn't announce itself. It simply arrives, fully formed, leaving no room for doubt. Number 6, they laugh in high-stress situations. When chaos strikes, most people react predictably, frantic, overwhelmed, scrambling for control. But the Sigma male? He leans back, smirks, and surveys the storm with calm, calculating eyes. That small, quiet laugh he gives off during a crisis? It's not arrogance. It's the signature of a mind that's been here before. In a world that equates loud reactions with strength, where people believe shouting, blaming, or over-explaining is leadership, the Sigma male rewrites the script. He doesn't match the chaos. He masters it. You see, chaos isn't foreign to the Sigma. It's familiar. It's the terrain where he sharpens his edge. Sigmas don't wait for disaster to practice composure. Long before the storm, they've mentally mapped every possible outcome. They don't visualize disaster to scare themselves, they do it to prepare. To the Sigma, unpredictability isn't a threat, it's the test he trained for. Neuroscience supports this mindset. Studies show that people who deliberately visualize challenges and rehearse adaptive responses engage their prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for rational thought, problem solving, and strategic planning. For Sigma males, this area hums with activity during moments when others shut down. While the crowd reacts emotionally, the Sigma is already calculating, what's the next best move? That smirk you see in the face of chaos? It's the quiet victory of foresight over fear. It's not bravado, it's the mark of someone whose mental simulations are already ahead of the situation. While others are consumed by emotion, the Sigma is conserving his energy for precision action. This isn't about being detached or cold. In fact, it's about respect, for himself, for the moment, for the power of clear thinking. The Sigma knows that in the middle of a crisis, noise solves nothing. Emotional spirals waste precious seconds. And in those seconds, outcomes are decided. At heart, the Sigma male is a natural stoic, whether he's studied philosophy or not. Like Marcus Aurelius wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. The Sigma lives this. His strength isn't in controlling the world, it's in controlling his response. And in a world addicted to panic, his stillness doesn't just stand out. It dominates. Number 7, they build exit strategies for everything. Sigmas are strategic by nature. While others focus on arrival, new jobs, new relationships, new ventures, the Sigma is quietly engineering his exit. This doesn't mean he's planning to abandon commitments prematurely. Instead, it reflects a deeper mindset: he never wants to be cornered. Even in the most mundane scenarios, attending a social gathering, accepting a dinner invitation, joining a new project, the Sigma has already calculated the exits. Where's the door? What's his fallback? How does he leave without burning bridges? Not out of fear, but out of self-preservation. For Sigmas, autonomy is sacred. They do not move through life hoping for freedom, they design it. Every decision is weighed not just for benefit, but for cost of entrapment. A high-paying job that demands blind loyalty? No deal. A romantic relationship that requires sacrificing independence? Hard pass. The Sigma's loyalty is genuine, but never at the expense of identity. This way of thinking aligns with what psychologists call an internal locus of control, the belief that life outcomes are shaped by personal decisions, not luck, external approval, or circumstances. The Sigma refuses to live reactively. He lives proactively, placing systems in his life that ensure, if the environment changes, he still has control. And this control is not about power over others, it's power over his own direction. He might stay in a situation for years, but only because he chooses to, not because he's stuck. When people label sigmas as detached, what they often fail to see is the discipline behind their boundaries. That emotional reserve isn't coldness. It's architecture. Emotional architecture. A framework that keeps them free to walk away from anything that compromises their core values. The sigma doesn't fear attachment, he fears entrapment. That's why he builds exits, not to flee, but to stay in control of his narrative, always. Number 8, they intuitively mistrust loud people. Sigmas are not easily swayed by noise. In fact, noise often repels them. Whether it's someone entering a room with a booming voice, constantly steering conversations to center themselves, or aggressively trying to be the funniest, flashiest, or most noticed, sigmas see through it. While the average person might interpret high energy and volume as confidence or charisma, the sigma quietly questions it. Their intuition, finely honed through observation rather than assumption, tells them that loudness often hides something, a void. In many cases, it's insecurity masquerading as boldness. And research backs this up. Studies in behavioral psychology indicate that individuals who frequently dominate conversations, overshare, or interrupt others may be overcompensating for self-doubt or a deep need for validation. The sigma male, on the other hand, views confidence as something internal, understated, and earned. It doesn't require a stage or spotlight. It reveals itself in posture, in silence, in restraint. Sigmas value presence, not presence that demands applause, but presence that speaks in stillness. They trust those who don't feel the need to constantly prove themselves. In social settings, the sigma often plays the role of the quiet observer. While others jump in to impress, compete, or fill awkward silences, the sigma watches. He takes note of how people behave when they aren't being watched. How do they treat those beneath them? How do they act when the mood shifts or the attention moves elsewhere? To the sigma, trust is not something granted because someone sounds confident. It's something earned in how you handle the unseen, the uncomfortable, and the unflattering. Loud people may command attention, but in the sigma's eyes, the real test lies in how people behave when the clapping stops. Number 9, they value depth over popularity. In today's hyper-connected world, value is often mistaken for visibility. People measure their worth in followers, likes, views, and shares. Popularity has become a currency, and most are willing to spend their authenticity to earn it. But the sigma male? He sees through that illusion. He isn't interested in applause that fades. He's not moved by numbers that mean nothing. The sigma male is driven by something far rarer, depth. Where most people seek to widen their circle at any cost, gathering acquaintances like trophies, the sigma male moves differently. He doesn't collect people. He connects with them. And that connection must be real. He would rather have one genuine ally who understands him, challenges him, and grows with him than a sea of shallow companions who only show up in fair weather. That's why you'll never catch a sigma performing for the crowd. You won't see him working the room with fake charm or burning energy to be liked by all. He doesn't need to be the most popular man at the party. He's not there for the noise. He's there for the substance. And if that substance isn't there, he quietly slips away. While others engage in endless small talk, surface-level networking, and hollow pleasantries, the sigma male opts out. His soul craves depth like most people crave attention. He listens more than he speaks, because he values understanding over broadcasting. And when he speaks, it's to explore real ideas, about principles, solutions, strategies, or the deeper questions of life. Shallow banter doesn't just bore him, it drains him, because it feels like a distraction from what actually matters. Psychologically, this trait reflects low social dependency and authentic living. Research in personality science shows that individuals who are less reliant on external validation tend to form fewer, but far deeper, bonds. Their relationships, whether in friendship, love, or business, are not accidents. They are intentional, earned, and built to last. The sigma male isn't interested in who smiles at him today if that smile fades tomorrow. He builds connections that can weather storms, not just bask in the sun. And here's what truly unsettles people: the sigma's focus on depth quietly exposes how shallow most relationships really are. While others widen their circle hoping to feel important, the sigma narrows his to ensure it's real. His influence isn't loud, but when he speaks or acts, it resonates. Because it comes from a place of clarity, purpose, and authenticity that can't be faked or bought. And that authenticity? It makes him unforgettable. Number 10, they play the long game while others chase quick wins. In a world addicted to speed, sigma males are the rare ones who slow down on purpose. While the masses are busy chasing trends, seeking viral moments, and grasping for fleeting validation, the sigma male is focused on something entirely different: legacy. Most people today are hooked on instant gratification. They want applause now, rewards now, success yesterday. They jump from one shiny opportunity to the next, mistaking movement for progress. But the Sigma male sees through that illusion. He understands a truth that few have the discipline to embrace: what comes fast rarely lasts. The Sigma's mindset is wired for endurance. While others are burning themselves out for short-term wins, the Sigma male is laying stone upon stone, building something designed to stand the test of time. Whether it's a business, a craft, a relationship, or a personal mission, he invests deeply. His thinking stretches beyond days or months. He's thinking in terms of years, even decades. Ask him what excites him, and his answer won't be, "What's hot right now?" It'll be, "What will still matter in 10, 20, or 50 years?" His every move is guided by this principle. He's not chasing applause. He's planting seeds, and patiently nurturing them, while others are busy harvesting weeds for attention. This long-game thinking isn't accidental. It's a sign of true mental discipline. Neuroscience studies on delayed gratification link this ability to strong development of the prefrontal cortex, the brain's command center for planning, strategy, and self-control. Sigma males excel here. They resist the pull of impulsive distractions because they're always tracking the bigger picture. What others see as silence or inaction is really the Sigma quietly calculating, adjusting, and aligning his next move. He knows that power built in silence often becomes unstoppable because no one sees it coming. He's not wasting time chasing clout, approval, or short-term gains that fizzle out. Every choice he makes is intentional, aimed at mastery, not momentary success. And that's precisely why he unnerves people. While they're sprinting after likes, followers, and trends that will be forgotten tomorrow, the Sigma is slowly and steadily preparing to own the future. His calm patience isn't weakness. It's power in disguise. His restraint isn't hesitation. It's strategy. Because in the end, the Sigma isn't trying to win today's race. He's playing a different game entirely, the one that decides who will still matter when the noise fades. And when that time comes, the Sigma male won't need to announce his arrival. His results will speak louder than any words ever could. Number 11, they set boundaries that others don't dare to. Most people live in fear of saying no. They fear being disliked, excluded, or judged. They stretch themselves thin, overcommitting, over-explaining, and over-compromising, all in a desperate attempt to be accepted. But Sigma males? They don't play by that script. The Sigma male's boundaries are like steel, clear, calm, firm, and utterly unapologetic. You see, a Sigma understands something that most people never learn. If you don't set boundaries, the world will set them for you, and they won't be in your favor. His no isn't aggressive, it isn't defensive. It's simply final. He doesn't need to shout it, justify it, or sugarcoat it. He speaks it once, and he means it. That quiet certainty rattles people who are used to negotiating, pushing, or guilting their way through others' limits. What unnerves people most is that the Sigma male doesn't flinch. He doesn't fear rejection because his self-worth isn't tied to external approval. His boundaries come from a place of deep self-respect, not rebellion. He protects his peace, his time, his energy like sacred currency, and once he's decided what's worth spending it on, there's no debate. Psychologists call this high autonomy and internal locus of control, traits linked with emotional intelligence, resilience, and mental strength. The Sigma male's boundaries challenge people without him even trying. Because while they're bending over backwards to please everyone, he stands firm, showing them what self-respect really looks like. And here's the truth most won't admit: people secretly crave the kind of confidence the Sigma displays. But instead of learning from him, many feel threatened, because his unwavering stance forces them to see how often they abandon their own. Number 12, they detach from drama instead of feeding it. In a world addicted to chaos, where people stir up gossip, pick pointless fights, and drown in emotional games, the Sigma male does something radical: he walks away. Not out of weakness. Not because he can't handle conflict. But because he understands what most people never do: drama is a trap. Where others are drawn into the whirlwind, seeking attention, validation, or dominance, the Sigma male stays still. He sees through the noise. While people argue to win, he focuses on what matters: results, clarity, peace. His refusal to engage isn't avoidance. It's strategy. It's discipline. This isn't a man who's afraid of confrontation, it's a man who knows which battles are worth fighting. Sigma males won't waste time proving themselves to someone arguing in circles. They won't get baited into emotional traps. They don't need to defend their ego, because their sense of self is untouchable by shallow provocation. Research on emotional regulation and conflict psychology confirms this. Those who can detach from drama don't just protect their peace, they think clearer, lead better, and solve problems faster. The Sigma male embodies this. He'd rather be misunderstood in silence than lose energy to chaos that leads nowhere. And here's what unsettles people the most: his detachment reveals their addiction to the chaos. His calm shows them their noise. His refusal to play the game makes them question why they're even playing. And in that moment, the Sigma male gains an invisible power, because nothing is more disruptive to a world built on drama than a man who simply won't feed it. Final words. These so-called quirks of Sigma males aren't flaws, they're features. They are the marks of individuals who have made a conscious decision to live on their own terms. Every silent withdrawal, every calculated stare, every refusal to play along with shallow social scripts, these are not accidents. They're the deliberate habits of people who have chosen clarity over clout, solitude over noise, purpose over performance, and freedom over fitting in. In a world obsessed with validation, applause, and being seen, Sigma males walk a different path. They aren't interested in impressing the crowd, they're focused on mastering themselves. And that's why they stand out, even when they're silent. If you see yourself in these traits, even just a glimpse, lean in. These qualities aren't reserved for some rare, chosen few. They're not stamped into DNA. They are built, slowly, deliberately, through choices made every day. Start with radical honesty, with yourself and with others. Add discipline, the kind that lets you choose focus over distraction, growth over comfort. Strip away the need to be liked, because the truth is, chasing approval keeps you small. Build a life so solid, so internally grounded, that your silence becomes the loudest thing about you. That's what real strength looks like. And if this message hits home, don't just scroll past and forget it. Do something about it. Hit like, subscribe, and join this tribe of thinkers, builders, and quiet disruptors. We don't chase the spotlight, we build the foundation. We don't make noise, we make impact. Stay sharp. Stay sovereign. Stay Sigma.